what they're gonna do.
Ooh.
She's just not been sworn in. No.
The camera zoomed right in on her face. Oh, camera person. All right, so do we think Love's gonna stand in the way?
That's fine with me.
Yes.
Oh, and then that girl Mia, her 16-year-old sister was a marrow match, so she's thriving. So that's cool. I didn't even know, like, the cure or something for sickle cell like that. Now, is this, like, really rare that somebody is a marrow match?
Right.
And you guys in the chat, you don't need to super it. Thank you for supering, but...
Thank you. Okay, Miss Love, go ahead.
And Love's doing the questioning. She's going to stand in front.
Can you stand up to be sworn, please?
I do.
Now, I need you to state your first initial and your last name. Spell your last name for the court.
A. Smith.
Would you spell is common spelling for Smith?
Simth.
Okay. Thank you, and good morning, Miss Smith. It's still morning.
Good morning.
All right. Miss Smith, would you tell the jury where it is that you're from?
Atlanta, Georgia. Born and raised.
Born and raised in Atlanta?
Yep.
All right. And on January the 28th of 2015, did you live in Atlanta?
Yes.
All right. What was your address?
I don't remember the address off Cleveland Avenue.
Do you recall during that time living on Springdale Road at 2905 Springdale Road?
Yes.
All right. Now, were you living there with anyone or were you living by yourself?
By myself.
And is that an apartment, a house, condo?
Townhome. A townhome.
All right. And you said that it was off Cleveland Avenue?
That's what I said.
Okay. Ms. Smith, were you living at that time in apartment P3?
I don't remember the address.
Okay. Do you recall having a neighbor by the name of Gilberti Mack?
I do.
And do you recall whether you asked Mr. Mack to put cameras on his house?
Can't tell nobody to put a camera in their house. That's their house.
It is. Do you recall whether you ever requested that of him?
I didn't.
All right. Now, back on January the 28th of 2015, how long after that date did you live in those townhomes?
Left.
Did you leave on that particular day or the next day or shortly afterwards?
I wasn't there before that.
Okay. Now, when you say you weren't there before that, what do you mean?
I just wasn't home.
Oh, you mean you were home on January 28th?
If that's the date, I wasn't there.
Okay. When did you move out of those apartments?
I don't remember the exact date. The day they said I had to leave.
Did anything precede your having to leave?
A shootout.
All right. Now, when you say a shootout, what do you mean? You weren't there, so what do you mean? And the jury hasn't heard this, so please tell them what you mean when you say a shootout.
I mean, I had to go there. I got a call from the rent office saying that my house got shot up.
Okay. And was that at night? Do you recall?
I think so.
All right. And so when you go on scene to see what's going on, what do you see?
Bullet holes.
Where do you see the bullet holes?
I don't remember exactly what a bullet holes was.
As far as not specifically remembering them, what I'm asking is, are they inside your home?
Correct.
All right. Do you recall whether the window or the door was hit or something different?
No.
All right. Now, when you got there, were there police inside your home?
No.
Did the police go inside your home with you?
With me, no.
Did they go inside your home?
I'm sure they did.
All right. Now, when you say a shootout happened and after that you left, do you know how long it was after that that you left?
No.
All right. At the time that you lived, and I don't want to get too much into your personal business, but at the time that you lived
Oh my gosh.
at that apartment complex off Springdale Road, did you know a person by the name of Kelvin Watts?
Of course.
Okay. And what did you call him?
Shell.
Okay. Shell, did you also call him Lil Kel?
No.
Okay. Did you ever call him by the short
No.
name Kel?
I just told you, Shell.
I understand. So at the time, around January 28th of 2015, or before, had Shell been hiding out in your house?
Sustained.
Had Shell been staying at your house at all?
We was dating
Okay. How long had you all been dating?
a few months.
Now, when you were dating, did Shell stay at your house sometimes?
He visit. He didn't stay.
Did he ever hide out at your house?
He visit. I just answered your question.
I understand. Did you ever tell police on January 28, 2015, that Shell had been hiding?
Objection, Your Honor.
I just
That
answered your
calls for
question.
speculation.
Overruled.
And Ms. Smith, I'm not going to keep you up here very long, but I'm going to ask you a specific question because the jury, Your Honor, if I may just be a little,
Overruled.
I'm going to ask you questions so that the jury who doesn't know the answers, so that you can answer for them, okay? Did you tell the police that night that your friend Kelvin had been hiding out at your place?
I did not.
Okay. Do you remember talking to police that night?
No.
Do you recall the name, or do you recall an Officer Collins being the officer that responded to your scene?
I do not.
Do you recall what the officers looked like?
I do not.
Okay. Do you recall talking to anyone about your friend Kel in the presence of officers?
No.
Do you recall telling them anything about anyone that might have wanted harm to Kelvin?
No.
Okay. How long do you recall, if you recall at all, the police being on scene?
I don't know.
All right.
I wasn't there.
Were you there when you got called and you came out?
When I got there, nobody was there.
So you don't,
Next day, I went down the next day. They said I had to come the next day. You said when I got home, they wasn't there when I got home.
so the night that the rent office called you, it's your testimony
The
that,
rent off just, I know the person. She called me and told me. The next door neighbor called and told me my house got shot up.
and what was the name of the next door neighbor?
Just called his name. Gregory, whatever his name is.
Gilberty Mack?
I know him as Gio.
Okay. So when Gio called you, it was that night that your house had just gotten shot up?
A few people called me. It wasn't a secret.
All right. And did you arrive on scene that night? Did you get back to your house that night?
I came, nobody was there.
Okay. Do you know about how long after you called or you recall that you came back to your house?
No, I do not.
Camera's killing me. The zoom in.
Did you know any members, and I know this sounds like it's obvious, but do you know any members of your friend Kelvin's family? Did you know Donovan Thomas?
I did.
Were you close with him?
Yes.
All right. And were you able to observe Kelvin's interaction with him?
I wasn't.
Okay. Do you have any knowledge of whether Kelvin was
No.
close to him?
Nope. I do not.
At the time, did you know an Antonio Sledge?
Of course I did.
Why do you say, of course you did?
Because I dated him.
All right. Were you dating him at the same time you were dating
I wasn't.
Kelvin? How long before your house got shot up did you stop dating Antonio Sledge?
A couple of months. The same time I just told you when I started dating Kevin.
Okay. And what did you call Antonio Sledge?
Monk.
Moncton?
Yeah.
All right. How long had you known Mootun by that time?
Been on Mootun since I was like 15, 16 years old.
Okay. How long had you known Kel or Shell Kel at that time?
Not that long.
Okay. Now, at what point do you now recall speaking to the police at all about shooting at your house?
I don't.
Do you recall ever communicating with the police in any way?
I just told you. I went down the next day. You just asked me that.
Okay. Who did you talk to when you went down?
I
the next
don't
day?
know.
Where did you go down to?
The headquarters.
All right. Do you recall an investigator, Dennis?
I just told you. I don't remember nobody's name.
Okay. Do you recall providing a video to the police?
I don't.
Do you recall a video wherein Antonio Sledge was talking to the camera?
It's all on social media. Y'all play it. So of course I seen it.
All right. Could you speak into the...
It's on social media. Of course I seen it.
Now, when you say it's on social media, of course you've seen it. What are you talking about that
The
you've
video
seen?
that you're talking about. The trial is on social media.
Okay.
So yes,
So-
I seen the video.
What, and describe the video that, since we've shown a lot of them, that you're talking about.
The video of Mootun calling Shell Kell out.
All right. Did you know at that time Lil D?
Of course I did.
All right. How long had you known Lil D?
I don't know.
All right. Now, the video of Mootun calling Shell Kell out, did you provide that video to the police?
I don't recall.
Okay. Do you recall emailing anything to the police?
I don't recall.
Do you recall an investigator Gaither?
I don't recall. I just told you I don't remember nobody's name.
All right. And to be fair, do you have any desire to be here today?
No.
Okay. Thank you. That's all that I have.
All right, do any defense counsel have questions for this witness?
Not on behalf of Mr. Stillwell.
Thank you. On behalf of Mr. Williams, no question.
None, none, none. All right, thank you, you're excused. Call your next witness.
All that